I'm going to show you now how I carve a cushion cake. This is done upside down to start with. So place it on a board that you're not going to be using, only to do this, and have the bottom of the cake at the top, so that when you flip it over you've got the top there. First off, find your corners, which is here. Now I've done the top layer quite thick so that I can go from that marker. Mark it so that when you come up you go to a certain point. So what you want to do is just carve in all the way around like a square, so as you don't go above that mark, and then bring your knife up at an angle and keep slicing the cake upwards so that you've got that corner going down. Do each of the corners the same, so you slice up from where your marker is, and just carve it in. So you're creating that like cushion effect on the edges. And then in this middle bit you want to be going in like an arc. So you start from there. You don't need to take much off, only a tiny bit, and just arch it round, so as it creates like a dip. Do that on all four corners. And when you've done that, you need to put these corners into a point. So you just bring that over and cut. So as it creates like a point, like a star effect really. So it's same again on every corner. It's a bit hard doing it like this. Last one. And then these points here, because your cushion goes like that, just take these points off going round. Now for this side you need a flat bottom, so don't worry too much about that, because when you flip the cake over it needs that for stability. So once you've done that, this is how I do it. I buttercream the top. The chocolate buttercream I'll be posting up, it should be on when you watch this. just go around all the 4 points. Make sure it's covered. And then go around the edges. Making sure you've still got those corners that are going down. Smooth it off and pull that up. Can be quite tricky when your buttercream's near enough set. Right, that's done. Now pop that into the fridge for about 20 minutes. Clean up your edges obviously. Put it in the fridge for about 20 minutes and then you'll be ready to cover just the bottom half, and then I'll show you the rest. My cake's been setting in the fridge for about 20 minutes, so now I'm going to go ahead and put the fondant on the top layer. So I'll move this out of the way. I've already kneaded my black fondant, so no need to do that again. Put a bit of icing sugar down. This is going to be a black cushion with silver accents. And as you know, I like to roll my fondant out quite thin. Nobody likes a mouthful of fondant, really. should do it. Lay your fondant on top of your cake. Now it's up to you if you want to put some creases or folds in, but I don't bother for the bottom half. For my corners, I pull it out and I put my hand around the corner. So you pull out the crease, cup your hand like that and put it over the corner, so it creates that great corner effect for you. And you want to make sure that it's properly adhered to the cake, because you're going to be flipping this over and you don't want it coming straight off. So make sure it's all stuck down around the edges. Get smoother. Smooth it off. Doesn't matter if there's a few lumps and bumps in it, because all cushions have lumps and bumps and you want it to look realistic, so a few lumps and bumps won't matter. And then get your knife or whatever you're going to use. So I've lost mine at the moment. And then where you've made that line, you want to go around the cake. Where that fondant is. Just slightly down, it doesn't have to be perfect because you're going to be putting something around that. Just make your mark around the cake. Let's push that back up. And then pull the excess away. In a bag so as it doesn't dry out, and then just go around the cake and make sure it's firmly stuck into place, because you are going to be flipping this over onto the board that it's going on and you really don't want it to droop down. So just go around all your edges, making sure that it's stuck. And put a bit of your buttercream on the top. This will help it stick to the board and stay there. This is the board that I made earlier. I've done a tutorial on it, so if you want to have a look at that, you're welcome to. Just flip it over and place it on the cake where you want your cake to be. Squash it down slightly. Then get your board underneath with your hand, on top with the other hand, and flip. And there's part of it done. So the next part, just make sure that it's where you want it to be. And you want to carve this now the same as what you did for the underneath. So you go from here and you work your way up. Just carve it out. How you think a cushion would go. Take a bit more of this. Yeah, that should do it. Get rid of all your excess bits. And then same as before, cover it with your buttercream. Try not to get it on your fondant at the bottom. Smooth it out best you can. It's not an easy shape to buttercream, but and what I like to do is put a little dollop on the top here, just to give it a bit more height. And that's your basic shape. Clean off your board again and put it back in the fridge for about another 20 minutes, and then I'll be back with you. My cake's been setting in the fridge now for about 20 minutes, so I'm going to start doing the top layer. Your black fondant. One more time, that should be enough then. Have a bit of look. Now do it one more, just to make sure, because it looks a little bit bigger. Cake and get your edible glue and just go around the top edge of the fondant that you've done on the bottom, just so as you know it'll stick. And then place it on. Again, do like you did before. And with the corners again, do like you did before. Find where that bottom line is all the way around. So make an indent all the way around where that bottom line is. A little bit short at this side, but it's okay. find that edge on this. There it is. Once you've got it all the way around, and you can see that bottom edge, make sure it's adhered to the bottom just by running your finger around it, and then get your sharp tool, and where that line is, cut just above it. So wherever that line is, just above it. That one was a bit lower down, but I'll make sure that reaches. And then just take the excess away. And just go around and smooth it down. If it's not meeting, don't worry, because you're going to be putting something going around it anyway. It's a bit far away like this one, just gently nudge it up with your finger. It will meet eventually. And then again, just go around with your smoother. And that's the basic shape. Next thing, I'm going to do the tassels, so I'll be back in a moment. Right, here I'm going to show you how I do these buttons. This is the cake that I'm making, or similar anyway. And I'm going to do the buttons in silver and all the tassels in black. I've already done the crown, so it's just a question of getting this together now. So this is how I do the buttons. I've got a little circle cutter, which is, well, I'll be able to do three of three. So I'll get my fondant and I get my rolling pin with the two ends on it so that I know what thickness I'm rolling it out to. Make sure it's all the same thickness. And I'm wanting 9 for the top and then 4 for the sides. So walk out now. Put a bit of this on. Handy tip if it sticks in your nozzle. That's all the buttons done. There's a few ways that you can do this. You can either go to the shop and get some glitter spray, or you can get some silver dust and use it that way. This is the glitter spray that I picked up from Sainsbury's, I think it was. I haven't used it before, but that's not too bad. Well, it's quite nice, does that? So I shall leave it like that, or you can use the QFC silver. It's like a silver dust that you get, and with that, tip a bit out, get your brush, and just dab all over it. And that's another way, but those are okay for now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to mark on my cake where I want these buttons to go. So I want one here. Oh, I'm using my ball tool for this. I want one here, and there, and there, and then try and do them all level. Once you've got the markers, make the holes a little bit bigger. So just move your ball tool around so it makes the holes a bit bigger. And then we want stitching on it. So with your stitching tool, go from one corner straight the way over to the other corner and down. Then from this corner up here, see if I can get it closer for you. And this corner around and down. And one more there, should do it. I mean, you can use a ruler if you like. I don't tend to use rulers. I just go by what my eyes tell me. And then you want to do the same the opposite way. So one straight over here, straight down the middle, one here, one at this side, one here, and another one there. Same again at this side. And that's your quilt at the top. Now, where these buttons are going to go, they have a sort of indent. No, I can't find it. There it is. So what I generally do is where the button's going to go, I just flick it. So I've done this another way now because I've tried it on the cushion and it didn't look right. So I've just rolled out some more balls and I'm rolling them up into balls. And I'll do it the other way because I want them to look more silver. Roll them around in silver dust. I'll put more or less silver now. And then just place them on the cake and push them down. Those look better. do that one. And there we have the buttons. Next step is the black. So I'll be back in a moment. Just doing the edges now. I'm using my extruder gun with that attachment. I've already gone round 3 of the edges, so this is the last one. Get to the length. And then one end on that side, one end on that side, and twist. Then get your edible glue and just go along that edge. And stick this onto where you've glued. Ends. And that's the edging done. Just go around and check it. And next I'll do the tassels. You swap your end. And I've got this one with lots of little holes in it. Oop. Come out like that. That's about the length that I want. So I'll cut it off, pinch it together, and then stick it on. Pinch it together, stick it on.
you like. Or you can bend more of that. Like that. Then you'll pop a button on there. Right, I've put all the tassels on, as you can see. Now I'm just going to do these little buttons. My kids have come in from school now, so if you hear a lot of banging about, you know what it is. Let's put a bit of glue on each corner. I've already dipped these in silver. So I'll just stick them on like that. And then I've got a small tip, which I'm going to just put in the centre to make the little centre bit. And that's the finished cushion. Thanks for watching, and please leave me some feedback.